Hi everyone, I'm Jude Hotep, the goddess astrologer and alchemical initiatrix. This is Divine Feminine Uprising Astrology Daily for Saturday, the 13th of whatever the fuck month this is. Is it August? One of those. One of those. So I hope you all are doing amazing. I am going to share the screen with you so you can see what's going on. The energies have been really intense. There's been a lot of trouble, sad, heavy, lots of heavy emotions in the collective. So you've probably been feeling that energy and feeling more tired and drained leading up to this full moon on Thursday. And now coming off of it, the energies definitely can lighten a lot. But there's an intensity in the world at the moment. And what's really important is that people are buying into, it's that Saturn Uranus square, they're buying into the story of the collective. Come here, doggy. Want to be on camera? Come on. And that's what we have to realize is that Saturn Uranus square is like we're going into a new realm of being living in societies of what we actually are. We're soul here incarnated to master life and make an amazing radical world. We can make an amazing radical world, or we can just live the same old junk we've been living: war and destitution and prostitution and just the bottom lowest common denominator, bottom rung, ordinary darkness. We can just keep doing that bullshit, or we can actually do something that matters in life. So we have this Saturn 21 degrees just nearing that conjunction, that more exact square rather with Uranus. And this is what we dealt with all last year. So if you think of February, June, and November of last year, it's shattered illusions. It's the way we think things are going to go that don't go that way. And what we thought would be and what we thought was going on is not the case. And waking up from illusion. Some people are waking up from the realities that they thought they created, and some people are waking up from the delusions. But everybody is waking up from this old Saturn spell from the way life is. But so many people are digging more deeper into it and really buying into it. We have to realize that what we think with our mind and what we feel with our emotions is the world we're creating. So, and it's not just esoteric woo-woo shit. It's really truth that we're actually creating with the way we think and feel our world. We're creating our experience, we're creating what we see. And so if you're talking about money and gas prices and all these things, you're creating that more true in the world. If you're talking about creating money, creating an amazing life, creating happiness and joy, that's what you're creating in the world. That's where your focus is. Focus on what you can create. This Leo sun, focus, this Leo sun conjunct Ceres and conjunct Venus. It's about divine feminine creating and contributing finally to the world and being free to do so, understanding this freedom and that we have as women for the first time in history. That this is so important that you speak your voice as a woman. Saturn and Aquarius. Aquarius is speaking and talking and friends and humanity and getting out in the world and collaborating and being out there. And it's doing it for the freedom of all of humanity. Aquarius is freedom, innovation. And so we need to innovate our world and understand that it is happening. It's all over the world. People are making new health organizations, new city, new types of what would you call it? Just new types of structures for the people having what they need: insurance, medical, schooling, food, agriculture, all of these things coming together. There's a group in Israel that's creating all of that coming from the people, being decided from the people. It's not outrageous prices. It's not what most people can afford, and instead it's for the people. So there is change afoot all over the world. We're building from the bottom up, grassroots up. We're building sideways over. There's new communities everywhere. There's conscious people moving to conscious communities all over the world. There's people really coming together to be with soul tribe, to be with soul family, and to be the powerful, empowered people that we are, living an amazing life. You don't have to be in this war and destruction and all of the stuff that's going on in the news. You can completely be outside of that, living off vibration. Saturn Aquarius is building and doing something important for humanity off vibration and frequency, not off old structures, old Capricorn, Saturn, Capricorn, old Capricornian structures and spells and programs. Let that go. And this Pluto here at the last degree is going through this retrograde, is breaking all that up and saying, we're not doing this anymore. And it's in exact opposition to this Cancer Lilith that is retrograded in Cancer, back into this divine feminine, back into this, like, what makes a home a home? What are we centered in emotions? Like, do we understand our emotional world, and that emotions are creation? And and come here, come here. I don't know if you can see him. Come here. He looks like a cashew, so his name's Cashew. Just a cashew. I'm like the only one that didn't get that. I was like, I don't get it. But I was like, oh, he does look like a cashew. He's like part dachshund. He's like 5 different dogs in one. But so this Lilith Pluto opposition is saying the divine feminine, stand up. Everyone in humanity, stand up for autonomy, empowerment, for something amazing, an amazing dream life, for happiness, for joy, for creation, for making this world what you actually want to live and see. And this Pluto and Capricorn, it's the lowest common denominator. It's the old structures, it's the old paradigms, all of that. So today is this day where we have the moon in Pisces, and so you're gonna feel more emotional, more emotions shifting up, but a lot of the emotions that were stuck can now be dislodged to filter up and out and to finally be released. So do that emotions work, because we've had a lot of stuck emotions this week, and people having a real time. There's been not a lot of air in the chart, so a hard time communicating them. And it's really just about feeling the emotions, releasing them, having great skills of, a really strong spiritual gig bag of how you move through emotions. We do that work in Light Goddess. It's what I teach now, Alchemical Goddess. So I'll pull some cards for us. And this weekend, move through the emotions, be in the powerful place of empowerment, choose what you're creating in this world. So we have abundance. That abundance is a mindset, it's a frequency, it's a belief system, it's a way of being, and it's understanding what abundance is. Abundance is your ideas, your understanding, your ability to be resourceful and to move and create in the world, and to connect with people, and to work and collaborate with people. Abundance is smarts, and really listening to your intuition and that connection to your connection. It's your channel, it's your clear channel. That's abundance. Money is just an energy, and we happen to use these forms of exchange. We have hope, and it's really about not letting yourself hope for things and wait on the fence and be in a state of limbo. It's about creating now, and stop trying to look for the big picture with this Aquarius energy of Saturn and Uranus square and this Leo sun. Like, it's about taking creative action now. It's really important to take creative action, and you'll understand the next best step always when you take creative action. It'll flow right in. The thing is that when you're really touched in, you're often in overflow, and it's like learning how to deal with overflow. So many ideas. Yes, on the one hand, I've had coaches in my life that talk about, like, I have all these ideas. If I just acted on all of them and didn't put a strategy and a plan in place. Well, it depends on what your chart is. It depends on who you are and how you work. Maybe all of the ideas are amazing and what you need to light your fire. So we have flow, exactly what I was saying. Take creative action and the flow comes in. So the flow just follows you. It's a part of you. It's a part of creative action. You know what to do next because you feel it, and you feel good when you do it. So really being in that place of feeling amazing, of anger, to let go of anger. There are really intense ways to release anger, and there's really gentle ways to release anger. Notice it when it's up for you, because it's important. We have this opposition from Lilith to Pluto saying the deep past places where women have been suppressed and abused and pushed down and held back and imprisoned and fucked over is coming up, and there can be a lot of suppressed anger coming up in the collective, and we need to face the anger and release it, whether it's a boxing, what do you call them, a boxing bag, a heavy bag, whether it's like a heavy bag and you box it out, whether it is tapping or the tools I teach in Light Goddess, you know, whatever it is for you, the ways of getting anger out, it's important to get that anger out and express it and let that go. We have expansion. So expansion is about understanding things you didn't understand before. It's about higher consciousness. It's about learning more, expanding your knowledge, reaching outside of your comfort zones, facing your triggers and shadows. If you don't ever face that, you're not going to move through them and understand yourself better, and you're not going to wrap up old karma, and you're going to keep doing that same shit over and over, which is not fucking fun. I'll tell you what, especially if you're doing it lifetime after lifetime, not just decade after decade. We have healer, realize the healer that you are, that you're healing your powerful challenges, pain, and loss in this life is your PhD for the work that you do in the world, for the healing that you do, for the guidance that you're the Sherpa, the sacred Sherpa, guiding others into their greatest expression of themselves, their freedom, their healing. And freedom is being healed. Freedom is being out of the wound, not living in trauma and wounds and thinking that you have to stay there. We're meant to heal. It doesn't mean you have to take time off sometimes, or to get extra sleep, or to rest, or to refill with nutrients, to refill with joy and put the good in. It doesn't mean you don't have to do all those things, but we're meant to heal. We're not meant to just have a wound for the rest of our lives and you just have this thing. And that's like how a lot of people have lived in the culture for a lot of centuries. We got to stop that shit, and we got to teach others to let that shit go. It's cycles, and understanding that there's always a death and rebirth cycle. We've been going through major death energy this week, and we still have this square to from the sun to the south node. It's some death energy. We have this opposition from Lilith to Pluto. There's some death energy. So it's in the air, but the death, it goes along with manifestation, because we have cycles of creation and regeneration, and it's creation and regeneration. So are you in a regeneration phase, or are you in a creation phase? I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll talk to you on the next Divine Feminine Uprising Astrology Daily.